Hi, it's been a long time since the last one, and you may have noticed that there is a trailer for the game now. There is a big reason why it took so long. At the time of the recording of the last devlog, I was finishing the game level generation system. I planned to do my own solution. My idea was initially to determine zones that define how, where, and what is generated in each part of the map. Each level would have its own zones. For example, for the farm level, there is a wheat field zone that only spawns wheat and scarecrows. But across the field, there's a road, and on that road I can spawn an asphalt cover. Each zone is represented by a texture, generated by a custom shader using noise, where the wide areas represent where the zone is located in the map. I then layered all zones on top of each other, with the highest priority ones on top. And at last, I would lay down a grid, and would use something similar to a wave function collapse algorithm to spawn all the objects. The generated texture map could also be used to feed a shader as a mask that I could use to define the ground texture. I got very far with this and even managed to spawn some rivers crossing the map. I made some props to appear in each zone and made some zones, like a farmyard, forest, pasture, a lake, a river, a road, etc. The end result was very organic, and the best point was, when I optimized this, it was lightning fast. I could generate a map in less than 2 seconds. But there was a big problem with my method. It was really time consuming to adjust and control the result. And I was having big trouble even with simple things like this fence corner. Due to the principle of using noise textures that are very unpredictable and organic, and then intersecting them on top of a grid, something very precise and math based, it was not easy to make changes and add new features to it. I still think this method can work great, but not for my game. So I end up in a dead end. I could either keep this method and risk wasting a lot of time trying to balance and change the map in the future, or I could throw 2 months of work in the trash and start again from scratch. In the end, I chose the second option, especially because roguelikes need a lot of tinkering and balancing to work. Now I'm using a different approach, where I have some pre-made parts that are randomly selected when the map is generated. Those parts have connectors to represent the points where they can attach to other part or not, similar to a jigsaw puzzle. It doesn't sound like a very interesting thing, but surprisingly it is, and it gives me a lot of control over the end result. And don't forget that a lot of big names like Hades and The Binding of Isaac use similar approaches. The map now feels actually really good, but as a consequence this ruined my schedule, and the time I need to make those devlogs that are actually very time consuming has become much scarcer than before. That's why it took so long, and that's why I intend to keep it this way. Yes, I'm sorry, but I have to do it to finish the game. I'm not saying that I'll never post another devlog video, but maybe I won't. But it's not all bad news. I'll keep posting updates, but now on the game's community page on Steam. And I'll post there way more often than I do here on YouTube. So if you want to follow the game development, just follow the community page on Steam. Or go to my website where you'll find all of my social media. And don't forget to wishlist the game, that's the best way to support me. That's it for now, thank you for watching until the end, and have a nice day. Or night, I don't know.